What's going on, everybody? Kennybomb is in the building, and I see a lot of people celebrating over this news article that recently came out, and I get it, because on one hand, this could be very good news for Mortal Kombat. We've seen it work before, but on the other hand, this could be the end of Mortal Kombat and very bad news for Netherrealm Studios as well. What's going on? We gotta talk about it. But first, I gotta let y'all know that I am giving away 3 editions of Mortal Kombat Chaos Reigns. At least we know that's coming, right? All you gotta do is drop a like on this video to support the giveaway and smash that subscribe button, because on September 20th, I will be doing a live stream, and during that live stream, we will pick our 3 winners. Now let's get into it.
Run, boy, they coming on.
So I first saw this reported on Events Hub, but this is not the first time we've heard this story, so I wanted to make sure it was being reported in other places before we actually spoke on it. And as you can see, it's pretty much being picked up everywhere. So what's going on? We're not going to read through the full article, but I am going to touch on some important points. And then I'm going to show y'all an important piece that people are missing that could mean big trouble for Mortal Kombat as a whole. So it's been a few weird years for the developers under the umbrella of Warner Brothers Games, as that includes the makers of Mortal Kombat, Injustice, and Multiverses especially. Now we'll definitely get to Injustice because Ed Boon just acknowledged it at Comic-Con, but the interesting thing here to me is Multiverses, because WBD just bought those developers. So I don't know if that means there's nothing to this story, or is that some type of strategy so they could sell those developers along with Multiverses, which has a whole lot of WBD IP, which could be a whole nother mess. So I don't know what's going on there, but the article continues. Amid their continuing financial issues and falling stocks, Warner Brothers Discovery is reportedly looking to offload their gaming division again. So this is something they looked at before, and I do remember when this story first came out, because I was thinking this was the reason we didn't get the Mortal Kombat game. I thought they were actually trying to sell off Netherrealm Studios and Mortal Kombat, but as we see, we did get Mortal Kombat 1, and Netherrealm Studios said they have a lot more pots cooking on the stove, so it sounded like we were going to get Injustice 3. And it sounds like Ed Boon is still hopeful for an Injustice 3, which brings us to this clip we have from the direct extras at Comic-Con.
So one project fans of our site are just dying for, Injustice 3.
Oh yeah.
Any kind of update? People want to see Black Knights, anything like that?
Oh yeah. We love the Injustice games. You know, I would be surprised if we never did one again.
Yeah.
We don't have anything to announce at the moment and stuff like that. But right now we're kind of in Mortal Kombat mode right now. So,
any kind of cool.
That's pretty much it. Ed Boon said, listen, we're here to talk about Mortal Kombat 1. We'll get to Injustice when we get to Injustice. But will we ever get to Injustice is the question. But make sure y'all come check out this interview. They got some pretty good information on Sector and Noob Saibot, so it's a good quick listen. Now these next few paragraphs pretty much break down the situation. One thought they had was just to split Warner Brothers and Discovery up again, but that would kind of put them in a legal thing over the next few years, so that's what they don't want to do. So it sounds like the easier solution would just be to sell off their smaller assets, and that is the game studios. So Financial Times words this as a stake in Warner Brothers video game business, so it's not immediately clear if WBD would be trying to offload their publisher and studios in a package. That would kind of be like Microsoft buying Bethesda, because they bought Bethesda as a whole and they didn't have to buy those studios separately. Now that could be why WBD actually bought the developers for Multiverses, because you throw them in the package and it pretty much just sweetens up the deal, right? But that could still be bad for that development team, because we see what happened with Tango Gameworks. Evil Within could have competed with Resident Evil, but they shut that studio down. But the other option, and based on everything we've seen in the past, I think this is the better option, would be to piecemeal these studios out to buyers. So Microsoft could buy Netherrealm Studios, Sony makes a great single player experience, so they can buy Rocksteady Studios and finally give us a Superman game, because they gotta redeem themselves after the Suicide Squad game. And maybe still try to keep some for themselves. So what would be the better option for Netherrealm Studios? Should they sell, maybe to Sony or Microsoft, or should they keep them at WB? I'll tell you my opinion here in a minute, but let's go ahead and touch the last few final important notes on this thing. Now, this is going to be the most important thing we talk about today, because a lot of people celebrate this news because they want new and they want the future, but you don't know what to expect from new or the future, but you know what to expect from Mortal Kombat with WB. And whether you like it right now or not, a lot of people say Mortal Kombat 9 is the best one ever made, and that was under WB. Right behind that, I see some of y'all say Mortal Kombat X is the best Mortal Kombat game of all time. For me, it's Mortal Kombat 11. One thing all of these games have in common is they were all made under WB. Based on what we can see, I think WB has been fair with the budget when it comes to Mortal Kombat, and that's made Mortal Kombat the biggest fighting game in the world. Y'all can say whatever y'all want, the sales don't lie. But that success could be the same thing that leads us to the end of Mortal Kombat. If, say, Microsoft were to grab Netherrealm Studios, it's unclear if they'd get to take the Mortal Kombat rights with them, or if WB would hold on to the IP that they view as a valuable asset. Now, that is the scariest part of this whole article. Mortal Kombat and Netherrealm Studios do not have to be sold together. Everybody keeps throwing Microsoft's name around here. Look at what Microsoft did to Killer Instinct. I think Killer Instinct could have been on the level of a Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, or a Tekken if they kept that thing going, but they just killed it. Double Helix was the perfect studio to get that game and kind of revive it, and they let Amazon buy them. What are you doing, Microsoft? Microsoft does not make the best decisions when it comes to these games. I mentioned Tango Gameworks earlier. They had them working on Hi-Fi Rush instead of Evil Within 3. Now that studio is gone. I don't care if they wanted to work on Hi-Fi Rush. You guys are good at this. This makes us money. Let's keep this going. So Microsoft does not always make the best decisions. But let's say Microsoft buys the Netherrealm Studios. They're like, you know what? We got Killer Instinct over here. We believe in Killer Instinct. We just couldn't find a studio to make it. So let's buy Netherrealm Studios and let's throw them on Killer Instinct. Yes, we get Killer Instinct revived at that point. But what about Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat could be left with WB, and they could be like, you know what? We made a lot of money with those Mortal Kombat games in the past. We got some studios in the background who are willing to make a Mortal Kombat game. They could pass Mortal Kombat to somebody else. And if you ask me, that is the end of Mortal Kombat. If Ed Boon is not involved or anybody at Netherrealm Studios, it's not Mortal Kombat anymore. I don't care if you get a team built around John Tobias, because listen, Tao Fang was not good. WrestleMania 21 was not good. The guy had some games with Studio Gigante and they just weren't good. That could be catastrophic for Mortal Kombat. And for one, that's not even Mortal Kombat anymore. So I don't like this news. I don't like any of these articles. And I think if there's a choice, if there's an option, Netherrealm Studios and Mortal Kombat need to stay with WB, because if they don't, when's the next time we get a Mortal Kombat game? When is the next time we get a game from Netherrealm Studios, unless whatever games they're working on can transfer over to whatever studio they move to? The unknown is scary and it's not always certain. But what about Injustice 3? As y'all saw in the clip, Ed Boon did say he would be surprised if they never made another Injustice game. So if they did jump over to Microsoft, would Microsoft and WB be able to come up with some type of solution where Netherrealm Studios could still work on Injustice? But I'm not about to sit up here and lie to y'all. I'm an Xbox guy, so I would love it if Microsoft bought NRS, as long as they got the Mortal Kombat IP with it, gave them a bigger budget, and after they made the next Mortal Kombat game, let them make a Killer Instinct game. And after that, give us Mortal Kombat versus Killer Instinct. Oh my goodness, I can't take it. What do y'all think in the comment section? Is this good news? Would you rather see NRS stay with WB, get bought by Microsoft, get bought by Sony, or Bandai Namco, one of those other companies? Let me know in the comment section. But thank y'all for tuning in. Bomb Squad, let's get to that.